Libra season is here. Yes, Libra, Sidereal Astrology. Our sun is moved into Libra. We've got some opportunities this week for some misunderstandings and some healing. Stay tuned because this is your Sidereal Astrology forecast. Hey, my friend. Danny Simoni's here, your spiritual counselor, helping you find clarity on your spiritual journey. One of my favorite things to do is to help you remember, understand who you are through the lens of astrology so that we can release and get rid of and say goodbye to those old belief systems, paradigms, the societal ones, the generational ones, the ancestral ones, those family ones that we have. So we can release those and we can move forward in our own self, designing a life that truly honors who we are. My friend, this is my favorite thing to do. So if this is what you're into, then be sure to click that subscribe button because this is what we talk here on the channel. Sidereal astrology, spirituality, breaking those limiting beliefs, those paradigms, those societal ideas that no longer fit us. Plus, we have the astrology insights just like this one every single week. Whew. Plus, I'll be putting out some new videos this month because I've decided to do more videos. And so I hope you enjoy them. Now, I have been a little bit under the weather and I've got some tea here. So I'm going to take a sip of my tea. But I do want to let you know that I do have a very special opportunity coming up this week that I want to let you know about. If you want to work with this Libra energy, I've got a super special invitation. I'll talk more about that at the end. So stay tuned, listen up, get ready because this is what we're doing here. Now, every week we break down our moon. We figure out where she's going to be, what she's going to be doing, because my friend, our moon is our emotional energy. And I don't know about you, but my emotions drive everything that I do. And so we want to know how it's affecting us. And it is the planet that is moving the fastest. It changes signs every couple of days. And so as it's moving, it is affecting us, right? Just like we see on the full moon with the tides, with the hospitals, with the emergencies, right? So we want to know what's going on. And so that's why I do this every single week. And, I have been working in astrology over the past 9 years and have been in the coaching industry for over 20 years. Yes, I'm over 20. I absolutely love my clients and students, and seeing the shifts that they're making in their life just brings me so much joy. So, my friend, let me share my screen. Let's get started because it is time to talk about astrology. All right. So, this week we are starting off Monday, October 17th. So, this is our forecast from October 17th through the 23rd of October. Oh my God, can you believe it? We are already at the halfway point. We've already gone through 2 weeks of this month. This year is going to be coming to an end sooner than later. Let me just tell you. So we start off this week in the beautiful energy of Gemini, right? Let's find our moon. There she is. She's right here at 27 degrees at 8 a.m. Central Time on Monday. So we have her just for a little bit in that Gemini coming off from the weekend. I don't know if you had a lot of really good ideas over this weekend with that Mars energy and a lot of drive to go out and do something. But we are now moving into this beautiful energy of Cancer. So we have our energy kicking off this week in Libra, and then it is moving into Cancer. So, let's talk a little bit about Cancer. So Cancer is our water sign. It is actually the first water sign in the zodiac. And so when we look at Cancer, it is definitely attached to the moon, right? The moon rules Cancer. So just like the moon is moving and fluid, right? It moves every couple of days. This is what our emotions may be doing during this time. So those of you who have a lot more water energy, on your chart. So those of you that have a lot of water signs, so that would be our Cancer, our Scorpio, and our I was going to say Aquarius, Pisces. Aquarius is not a water sign, although a lot of people think that. Pisces, so Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. If you have a lot of that energy, or if that is your sun, moon, or rising sign, you'll definitely feel this energy a lot more. And so again, there could be some rise in emotion, be a little bit more sensitive, more in tuned with your emotions. And for my fire friends and my air friends, this may be a little icky to you. Having to deal with the emotions, it's not your normal thing. You don't really like it. Even some of the earth signs are just like, really, can we just move forward? Can we just do the thing? I don't really want to get into the emotions of things. But there could be, with our fire signs, more passion, right? So emotions are not just us crying, right? It could be through verbal, right? It could be through movement. We could be expressing the emotion through this. So, for my air signs, you're probably thinking more about the emotion and thinking about the things and dwelling on the things a little bit more when we're in a water sign. Your fire signs, you're probably more physical with the emotion, where you're needing to release the emotion, or you may feel it in your body really intensely. You could also be vocalizing it, right? It's just this movement of energy. My earth signs, you just might get stuck in it. You might get a little stuck in like, meh. It's a little like, it can kind of feel like that. It can kind of feel like an annoyance to you, right? Oh, why do I have to deal with this? Like, why can't we just move forward? Like, why do I don't want to deal with this. Like, that's definitely something. So I'm an earth sun and I'm a earth rising. So I understand that energy, but I'm also a Cancer moon. So that mixture together keeps me like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to do it. But it also, right, is really, once I understood the purpose, let's say the purpose of emotions, it allowed me to feel them and express them. I was never really taught that as a kid, right? That's some of this societal and generational paradigms that we work on, right? We're never really taught this. And so once I learned, and my family, they didn't know, right? They told me, don't have emotion, stop crying, right? I kept getting that all the time, and I just didn't understand, like, well, crying was a bad thing for me, until I learned that crying was such a beautiful expression for me. It was a release for me. I would get sick all the time because I was holding everything in. And once I started to release the emotion, oh man, it felt so good. And I felt so much better. And it was like, oh, and that's like all I needed to do. All I needed to do half the time, my friend, is just release the emotion. That's it. So, this couple of days, right? Tuesday, let's go ahead and look at this. Tuesday, Wednesday, and a little bit, not, it's going to be pretty much Tuesday, Wednesday, not too much into Thursday. But we are also going to have this opposition right here with Saturn. And I want to bring this to your attention because this will come into a play more so on Wednesday. But we do have this also this interaction down here with Pluto, where there's this opposition. And opposition, it's just the two planets on, opposite sides of the way they do something, right? But they're both after the same goal. Now, I'm not going to get political, but let's just look at that for a second, because it's something that's in our world right now very heavily, where this side says this and they think this is the right way, and this side says this and this is the right way, and both are right in their own ways, right? They're both right in their own ways. They both believe what they believe. However, the way that they go about doing the thing is very different, but they both have the same intention. They both have the same intention. So I want you to think about that when we're thinking about opposition. So this moon and this Pluto, the moon's like, we got to move this energy. We got to get these things out. We got to work with the emotions. And Pluto, our planet of transformation, our planet of like going deep and obsessing about something, right? It wants to do that. And over here, we're like, we want to just move these emotions through, right? And so there could be this energy of them getting into it a little bit, right? Where they're both trying, it's like you want to sit in the emotion because sometimes we have to, right? We have to sit in the emotion and go through it, right? And so that could be what is happening with Pluto. And then when we move over on Wednesday, we move over and she's hanging out with Saturn. Now, Daddy Saturn is like, no, Saturn is going to be like, we don't need to be doing all this. Like, we need to stop this. Like, we got work to do. We got goals to achieve. And so it could feel like, but I really need to feel this emotion, right? Or Saturn's also really good at kind of bringing that dark cloud over and just kind of feeling like, oh, it's like a Debbie Downer. Now, it's a Debbie Downer, yes. And also because Danny is the optimist and Danny is always knowing that she is empowered, right? That I know that this energy is here to help me. So if I am feeling a little like, why am I feeling a little bit more sad? Why am I feeling a little bit more depressed? Like, why is this energy coming in? And it's not that I have depression. It's not that, I'm not going to sit in this for days. I know what that feels like. I've been there, right? It's not that energy, but it's kind of feeling like, maybe I'm aware of my limitations. Maybe I'm aware of my boundaries more, and it's not feeling good. And so that's what this could be. And I want you to pay attention to this, right? Because there's an opportunity there for you, an opportunity there for you to notice what is going on. Notice how you're feeling. Notice what is coming up for you, my friend. Empower yourself. Now, the other thing I want to talk about right here, and this has been going on for a few days, but this is where it's really going to get a little tight here, is we have Mercury, our beautiful planet of communication, of thinking, of learning, right? It is in opposition to our wonderful Chiron, who is our wounded healer. It's our deepest, darkest wounds. It's not only in this lifetime, but other lifetimes. And so, as I said, the top of this video, this is an opportunity for us to heal. Now, there's a couple of things happening with this. This is why I wanted to bring it to your attention. I don't normally talk about all this extra stuff because I really want you to just start focusing on the moon. And then as you grow, right, as you join into our Nurture Your Stars level 1 and level 2, you'll start to understand more of this energy. We can dive into more. I just want you to understand the basics of the very, very basics of this, which is following that moon. But I want to bring this to your attention because there could be some things that are happening here. Now, with Mercury and Chiron, right, we're talking about our thinking and our learning and our communication, and we're talking about our deepest wounds. Now, it's really easy for us during this time to be like, oh, I see your wound right there. Ha. You need to be doing this, my friend. This is what's going on. A little bit harder for us to see that for ourselves. So you may be seeing things in other people and you're like, oh, However, the desire to share is going to be high. The desire to share is going to be high. And it's not always our place to share that. It is not always our place to share that, right? So there could be you're coming up with, like, you may be feeling your things. Maybe you're not identifying them yet, but you could be feeling your things and you're having an interaction with somebody and you're noticing their stuff. And you're like, oh, I see their stuff. It's coming out, right? And you're dealing with your stuff that you could be expressing it in a way that they're like, excuse me, what? And they're what we have now, conflict. So I want you to just pay attention because it's going to be really easy for you to call out their wounds, for you to remind you of your wounds, and vice versa, my friend. Other people are seeing your wounds. They are seeing your stuff and they may be pointing it out to you. And I don't know about you, but I don't like my stuff to be aired out for everybody to see, right? I don't like it. I know I need it. I don't like it. So pay attention. There could be some emotional reactions that we're having right now and not really bringing the logic into it. So I want, be careful that that's the normal energy to bring in that logic. All right, so let's go ahead and move forward. When we get out of Cancer here on Thursday as we move into Leo. So Leo is our fire energy. It is much more action oriented and doing things and being visible and being seen and being heard. And so Libra, I'm sorry, our moon, we're going to talk about Libra in a second, our moon being in Leo, it could be a little bit more of this, wanting to be out there, wanting to do things. So this weekend, I would say you might be feeling the urge to get out and do something, to be with friends, to be seen, to have a stage. I want you to pay attention to that, to be seen and to have a stage, because if you're in an environment where you maybe aren't being seen, whether that's at work, whether that's in your family, in your friendships, in your relationship, right? And that desire is coming up for you to be seen, to be heard, right? To have that audience. It could feel right, like if that's not what's around you, it could feel bad. You could feel bad, right? You can feel like, see, nobody cares and I'm not worth anything and all the things. And we don't want to do that, right? We don't want to do that. I want you to empower yourself to be like, hey, this is what I need. So this is what these are the days where I might be like, baby, I love you. And right now I need a hug. Or right now I need you to listen to me, right? I have to ask him for what I need, for what I desire. He is not a mind reader. He does not read Danny. He speaks Danny, but he doesn't read Danny. He doesn't read my mind. He doesn't know what's going on. So I have to tell him, right? So I might need to be like, hey, friend, I need to be heard right now. Do you mind just listening to me, right? Just want you to pay attention, and vice versa. Other people may be experiencing that as well, right? Because all of us are in this energy. So we're going to have this energy over the weekend. And then finally on Sunday, we'll be moving into our beautiful earth energy of Virgo, which we've known this Virgo energy. We've been in this Virgo energy over the past month. So this is really a good time to get, okay, we've had some fun. We've got through our stuff. We've been working on our stuff all weekend. All week, and we've had some fun. And now it's time to get to work. Now it's time to get back on track. Let's prepare. Let's get ready. This is the energy of Virgo, very grounded energy. All right. So a couple of things I did want to talk about is we do start our Virgo season this week. So in Sidereal Astrology, we are just kicking off our Virgo season. I'm going to go ahead and move our, chart back to Tuesday. So we do move into Libra. So now we are in Libra season. So happy solar return to my Libra friends out there. If you are a Libra sun, or if your sun is in Leo, or if your sign is Libra, and did I say Leo? Leo, I did. I said Libra. We're in Libra, Danny. Then this is your solar return, which means the sun is moving back to the place that it was in the sky when you were born. So happy birthday, my friend. This Libra energy, let's talk about that, because Libra energy, Libra is ruled by the planet Venus. And so it actually rules two signs, Taurus and Libra. And so when we're looking at both of those signs, there's some similarities there, but there's also some differences. So Libra rules our relationships. It rules harmony. If we look at the symbol for Libra here, right? If we zoom in here, we can see it is like the scales. It is two sides. And so it's like finding that equality or that balance, right? And that is fluid. That is fluid. Now, in my upcoming workshop, heal change the name, Heal Your Energy Libra season, we're going to be talking about balance and what I like to call more of a rhythm, because I don't see, personally, I've been through a lot of this. I've dealt with this with a lot of my clients. Is it's more about, for me, finding a rhythm than it is about balance, because balance means that things are equal, right? Like if I put something on like a teeter totter, right? If you think about back as a kid, I used to love to play in the playground and the jungle gym, right? And so there would be like the teeter totters, right? But if I was, heavier than my friend, right? Like it wouldn't go anywhere, right? Maybe there was two friends that had to pop on to balance the weight out, or we both had to be equal, right? In order to be able to do the teeter totter, right? I remember like, that happening like with my brothers, they were so much older than me that it was like, they were way bigger than I was. And there would be like this, inequality there in the weight. And so, we had to get a balance, right? So that I could play on the teeter totter. I had to maybe add extra things onto the teeter totter so that I could, balance it out. So having this idea of balance can be really difficult, like for people trying to find balance. I hear that all the time. I'm trying to find balance and I need more balance, and I don't necessarily think it's balance. So we're going to talk more about my thoughts on that, which is kind of breaking that societal idea. All right, so Libra season again is about relationships. It is about balance. It is also about boundaries, the boundaries that we have and how we are working with them, how we are enforcing them, right? How we may have some that we don't need anymore. So we're going to be looking at boundaries on all the levels to see where we need boundaries, where we don't need boundaries, where it's time to remove boundaries. Maybe, at one point we needed to have the wall. There was a point in my life where I needed to have a wall to protect myself. And so I had that wall up for such a long time. And then it became time for me to let it go, for me to bring it down so that I could open up. And even just recently, I kind of like opened myself up even more. As a matter of fact, with our oil of the week, which is Ravintsara. Ravintsara was available earlier this year. It's a 5 milliliter bottle. It's one of the littler ones. And it's so beautiful and so powerful. What I love about this oil, and it's so funny, I didn't even realize that I needed this oil. Like I didn't realize why I was using it when I first used it. I was doing some work and during Virgo season with my schedule and my systems that I have in my life. And I was working to kind of like, okay, I felt like I needed more energy. And it wasn't that I needed more energy. It was that I needed to expand my capability. I needed to expand my presence. I needed to expand my thoughts, right? I needed to have this energy of expansion. And so Ravintsara is the oil of expansion. And I didn't realize at first that that's what I was doing. And then I was like, this is why I'm called. Now, this past week, because I've been a little congested up in the nose, I've not only used Ravintsara because it can help open things up, but I've been using the blend Breathe. I don't have it here because it's down in my bedroom right now, but I was using Breathe to kind of open up the airways, but Breathe is another one. So if you didn't get, Ravintsara earlier this year, you can use Breathe to help open things up. And so I used it on my chakras, right? I used it on my third eye in particular, because I was like, I want to expand that, right? I want to expand that vision. I also used it on my solar plexus because I was looking to expand my my power, my control center. And then I also used it on my root because I wanted to expand my foundation. As an earth sign, right? Stability and security are extremely important to me. They're my top values. And so if I don't feel secure and I don't feel stable, right, then it doesn't happen. It literally does not happen. So I wanted to expand that out for myself. And so that's what I did. So I'd highly recommend, I'll put a link down in the description for both of, actually only for Breathe, because there isn't a link for Ravintsara. So if you were able to get it earlier this year, use it. If you were not, I would recommend breathe. Now, Libra season is a beautiful, beautiful opportunity for us to work on some of these things, as I talked about, right? Our relationships, looking at the balance in our life, looking at the boundaries that we have in our life, looking at those people pleasing tendencies that we may have in our life, looking at the boundaries. So I'm super excited. We are, entering this season. It's going to be a beautiful season. There's so much that we can learn from Libra season, and so much that we can work with, which is why I'm excited to invite you into our heal. I'm still doing it. Heal Your Energy Libra season. Now, this is our third installment. We have done Heal Your Leo energy, Heal Your Virgo energy, and now we are moving into Heal Your Libra energy. And I'm so excited. There's been so much growth, not only I find in myself, but in the ladies who have been on this journey with me over the past couple of months. And we are so excited to kick off. I'm excited to share this with you. We are going to be talking about all the things that I told you, so that moving into this holiday season, we can show up as ourselves. We can honor our relationships, because I don't know about you, but this season can get a little crazy, which I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be. I don't have that craziness that I used to have during this season. Definitely have put some boundaries, definitely have worked on things within relationships, right? And I'm still working. I'm not telling you that I got it all worked out. I'm still working on this, my friend. And so this season is an opportunity for us to do that. And so we can kind of work with this stuff as before we even get into this season, so that you can have a wonderful, peaceful, stress-free season, knowing which boundaries to have into place, knowing which boundaries to let go, knowing which relationship tweaks we need to make, and knowing what relationships we want to call in this season. All right, my friend, if you are interested in joining us, we kick off October 19th at 7 p.m. Central. I'll put a link down in the description box if you're wanting to join us. I would love to see you there, love to have you. And you can also join our Honor Your Energy I keep saying honor your energy. Oh my goodness. Heal Your Energy membership that just opened up. It's our monthly membership where we do these classes and so much more. So I'll put a link down in the description box. I'll talk about that in a whole other video. But my friend, I hope you have enjoyed this forecast as much as I have had doing it for you. If you have any questions, feel free to put them down in the description box and let me know, how are you looking to work with the Libra energy? As always, my friend, close your eyes and remember, take a deep breath and find peace.